consistency is key in anything. You have to think to yourself, when was the last time I actually did something consistently? Like, I actually hustled on this thing for 6 months. And I'm noticing that is the key to success in life, is just being consistent. Picking a lane, right? You pick an idea, something that you want to try and do. And then you're like, I'm going to commit to doing this every single day to the best of my ability and improving for at least 6 months. And then I can gauge my progress. It's like the simple things that we see in terms of going to the gym, being like, I am going to get up every single day, go to the gym and work out. And then when I come back home, I'll eat the right types of food. And if your body doesn't change in 6 months, then you are a scientific improbability. It's just that simple. It's kind of weird to think about, but that is the one thing. I don't know much else whereby you do something enough and it doesn't work out after a prolonged period of time. So the only difference is, because we all have different skill levels as human beings, what ends up happening is some people can get there a lot quicker, because the old adage is true: attention to detail. Some people don't have that much attention to detail. They don't think about the small little things. And you hear about people like this all the time. My favorite example is Michael Jackson, where he's recording on his microphone and he goes and he does an amazing take that 99% of artists will be like, this is the take that is going to change the world. And Michael Jackson listens to that and he's like, let's try one more. Let's try one more. Because you also have to have a vision as well, right? Because you can try doing things over and over and over again. And if you don't have a vision of how it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to feel, how it's supposed to sound, how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to read, all these, if you don't have that vision, then you keep on counting straws. But if you have a vision that is truly inspired by the direction you want to take in your life, then I honestly believe that if you work towards it and you're really in on those details and you do it long enough, iterating through it and learning from the previous iteration, there's no way you can't have success. It's just physically impossible. Get inspiration from other people if you don't really have an idea. Go and get an inspiration from people you admire, work you admire, stuff that you've seen done before. Because the saying is true, not a lot under the earth or under the sun is new. We're all kind of just remixing things, you know, because you look at everything. Silly examples. Facebook wasn't the first social network. There were lots of other social networks. I was on High Five, if people remember this one. I was also on MySpace, you know, all these different social networks, but Facebook came through. And whether or not you like him as a person, Mark as a person, because sometimes it also comes down to a little bit of luck, but the point I'm trying to make is you do something consistently and long enough, you make your own luck. You make it, you know. But the thing is, it's about calibration. This is another thing. You do something long enough, you do the same thing long enough, nothing will change, of course, but you do something long enough and you learn and almost be obsessive about it. And you be like, this is what I did yesterday. This is what I want to do today, you know, and then you see where the gaps were yesterday, and then it clicks into place, I think. I can't prove this because I'm not successful in any way, shape, or form. I haven't done anything long enough and really honed in on it. But it's the one underlying thread that I see in everyone who is doing stuff that they're like, I'm proud of, and this is my life now. Yay! And the person that it hits the most is the very intelligent person. That's who it hits the most, because if you're super intelligent and you're super skilled and all that, you'll be thinking to yourself, what do I do? Then you get paralysis from analysis, which is one of my favorite statements It's almost like there are two planes. There's the physical plane in which we all live in and inhabit. And then there's the spiritual plane, a higher plane. This is not in a religious sense or anything like that. It's not like that. I'm talking about something whereby it transcends time. That's how you end up getting timeless songs, right? You'd be like, I was listening to this Michael Jackson song. It's a timeless song. But it's because it's like we have made a choice. We are not getting paralyzed from analysis. Let's just iterate on it to the best of our ability. Look at all the details, all the different metrics, right? And this is also frustrating for me because I hear a lot of people talking about it. I'm like, what are these different metrics? Actually, I'm trying to think of an example. I guess this is what it comes down to. It's like, it's specific to the person. You just have to know. You have to just experiment and try different things. You know what I mean? Merry Christmas.